So, welcome, and thanks for joining me to find out a little bit more about the Leading Ladies Brand You program. And I am super excited, and I think I've said that a million times, but it's because I am. I am super excited about this program this year. Many of you might be aware I've been running Leading Ladies now for about 6 years, but this year it's taking a bit of a different iteration, and it's because of the feedback that I've been receiving from women in the program in the past, and also current clients and people who are just seeing a shift and a change in the way business is happening, in some of their priorities and goals, and for some of them their family situations and things have changed, and they're like, it's not necessarily what I thought I wanted to build in the beginning. So I want to share a little bit about that. Hopefully you've watched some of the 3 videos already and have a bit of an idea of the flavour of the program. But mostly I just want to chat to all of you and answer any questions that you may have. So what I've been finding is that we seem to be in this real market of sameness, and you are probably all aware that the business landscape is changing, and fast growth companies and brands are they're starting to really move ahead with their personality and sharing that personality in ingenious ways, whether that's online or personally. And over the past decade, I think we've seen a lot of, what I call blanding, and I see people entering into blandland, and I know because I've lived in blandland for a while myself. And we're seeing a lot of same products. We're seeing people copying, duplicating, replicating what others are doing, and always seems to be coming down to competing on price. And as most of you know, that's a lose-lose game. We're never going to get ahead if all we can compete on is price. So we have to start looking at alternatives. We have to start looking at who's doing what that actually works and why is it that it works. And I think you'll find it's because people and brands who are cutting through that blandness and who are really stepping into what makes them unique and living, being, selling that uniqueness is what is getting them ahead. And I know yesterday I even interviewed my next Theatre of You podcast interviewee, and that was Sally Anderson. And Sally's from New Zealand, and really demonstrated how much she has a powerful, unique brand. And I think she's going to go from good to greatness in the coming years because she is super clear on what her brand is, what she represents, and she's also really, I guess, embedding it into her DNA. So everything she thinks, everything she says, everything she does is totally congruent, and I think that's where we need to see the world starting to shift. So if we want to survive in this environment, like Sally and like others as well, we really need to evolve business and really start to be faster than the rate of change. We have to stay ahead of the game, and we have to start becoming brand new experts. We have to become thought leaders in a field or a topic, and I say field or topic specifically because I'm really keen that people don't just think about a niche as being an industry. So I often see someone say, oh, I'm a marketing and sales expert for the real estate industry. And so that to me is still a bit bland. I want to start seeing people dig in more so that you become a real expert in a specific topic or something specific in a field that then you can service all sorts of industries and stakeholders, and not just necessarily the real estate or the motor car industry or the healthcare industry, that your topic could actually move across and go between different industries, but that you're the sought out go-to leader for that. So if you think of someone, for example, like Simon Sinek, ever since his massively popular TED Talk on Start With Why, he really became a guru on Start With Why and how to have a clear vision and how to state that. And that goes across any industry. And a lot of people might say, well, lots of people have done vision and lots of people have done that kind of work. but his specific simple way of presenting it and his clarity around his golden circles and what Start With Why stands for, and also his ability to keep duplicating that same message over and over and basically being the brand, has seen him get real absolute cut through. So he works with multinationals, with small business, with government departments, with military. You know, he's able to take that message to all sorts of different industries, and that's what a brand new expert is able to do. So this is, as we know, the info sharing age, and we've moved from really information knowledge to more of an applied wisdom. So from trusted authorities and experts and information. So as you know, the World Wide Web has everything, and you can go and find any kind of information you need. We actually have, you know, more information than ever we've had in our life and generations at our fingertips, on our phones, on our computers, on our device. But what we need now is, because there's so much information, it's like drinking a fire hydrant with a little itty bitty straw. So we now need experts who can draw real meaning and application out of that, and that's where the higher value is. So it's not enough to have information and to be sharing information anymore, because it's a dime a dozen. It's about adding meaning and really helping people apply that knowledge and information. And so that's what this program is about. It's about starting to hone your craft. It is like doing a PhD in whatever your topic is, so that you can go so deep, so that you can add real value to people. So this program will give you everything you need to become successful at being a brand new expert. In particular, we will work with people who want to be, I guess, a consultant, but specifically we're going to be looking at, how do I become a coach? How do I become a facilitator of information and knowledge? And I'm a member of both the Professional Coaching Institute and I'm also a member of the Professional International Facilitators Institute, so I'm getting lots of information from them all the time. How to be a good mentor, a trainer and speaker and author. And I guess lots of people want to start with speaker or author, and I always recommend starting at the bottom and kind of using those like ladder rungs, so moving up from coach, facilitator to mentor, trainer and then speaker, author. Some people might enter the program though already at one of those levels, and we can certainly help them develop even further depth at that level. Now, to be really clear, I won't be teaching you how to coach, and I won't be teaching you how to write. I'm not going to write your book for you. But what we will do is help you look at, as a business model, how do I build a practice around having several offerings? Because what I often see is starving coaches, for example, a bit like starving artists. You will see people who have on their business card, I'm a coach, or they have on their business card, I'm a speaker. And so people pigeonhole them into that, and that's their only offering. And there's not many places to go from there. So if you say I'm a speaker and I don't have anything else to offer you, then sure, I might book you again next year for our annual speaking gig, but there's not much in that and there's no leverage in that. So what we want to look at is, okay, I might be a speaker at your conference, but I also am a trainer and I offer this 3-day training program, or I can come in and facilitate your corporate planning, or I can come and coach someone through some of these things that I'm an expert in. So there's always this ability to add value and add depth to what you can offer the marketplace, and that's what we're going to focus on. So rather than training you to be a trainer, we're going to be training you in how to run a multifaceted brand new business. Now, in the videos prior to this program, in the 3 free videos, you would have seen this brand new chart pop up, and you can download it also at the link that's at the bottom of the page. And this is really just, I guess, a bit of a way to measure where you're at, because often what I find is people find it hard to know, how am I going in business? You know, what exactly am I doing? How do I know if I'm progressing? And the money issue is often a bit of an ugly word and something that people don't want to discuss, and I think we have to absolutely discuss it. And I certainly know there is another person who I admire as a brand new expert, and that's Denise Duffield-Thomas. And I know some of you will know of her and her work and her brand Lucky Bitch. And I would definitely say, She's someone obviously that runs money boot camps and getting comfortable about money, but she's also someone who has worked at developing a brand and becoming a financially independent woman by moving up through these levels. And I think it's really important that we start to get real about it and have some discussion, because this kind of income is totally possible. And my aim is to help people get to having you know, at least the $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 mark a year within maybe 2 or 3 years. And that's totally possible having just 1 or 2 support staff working maybe 250 days a year. So that I've seen it done. I'm almost there myself. I have clients who are building towards this, and I think just being able to keep score and to be able to track how you're going is vitally important. And there's lots of hurdles that we come up along the way, and so that's why this also has the chakra relevance and also the focus areas where we need to focus, because at each different level we come across different challenges, and it's really important to be supported around that and to be able to have conversations about what is going to be my next biggest hurdle. Because really, if you're working at the $200,000 mark, you need to be thinking about what are the challenges I'm going to have at the $300,000 mark, which are going to be around backing yourself and the willpower to keep going. And I think what I've found with most clients and people who are going through this process is the $300,000 mark seems to be one of the stickiest, one of the most challenging, because that's where you really need to start going, you know, do I want to stick to this path for the next 10 years, say? Am I having challenges around, do I need to build a bigger team? It really means you have to back yourself and be confident to step into that. And you also have to start thinking about how can I be more focused, because at that level you need to be really super productive on the days that you are working. So ideally you want to be having $3,000 days pretty straight up pretty quickly, and that is totally possible, and that's one of the things we're going to be teaching you how to do. So how the program will run, and we did go through this a little in one of the videos, but just to quickly recap for anyone if they haven't had a chance to review them all, you will start with a laser goal session, and that's just one-on-one with me to get you really focused, to make sure that you've got a game plan for the program, because I want those 6 months to be super focused and very productive for you. Basically, my aim is to get you to recoup the cost of investment in the program. I want you to be able to get that back within a month or 2 at the most. So we really want to get you laser focused so you jump straight in and get moving fast. You'll also do a Gallup strength test if you haven't done one of those already. And my strengths coach, Murray, will be able to debrief you on what your top 5 are and what they mean, because it's super valuable to know what are your strengths, because it helps you hone your practice around that. It helps you think about what other support staff do I need around my weaker areas and the areas that aren't in my flow. And I know for me, understanding my top 5 strengths, which are all in big strategic areas and not in execution. So I know I have to have support staff that help me with the execution, because otherwise I'll be dithering and I'll be spending too many of those 250 days working on the business in the fiddly back-end ways and not being out and actually creating, presenting and selling. There'll also be a monthly accountability call, just like this one, where we'll all hop on live and be able to share and ask questions, update on progress and where things are going. There'll be an online private forum, and that specifically is an area I want to see get really active, and groups that we've had in the past have been really active. This one specifically even more so, because we'll be getting you to do some accountability in the form of actually posting some of the work that you're doing. So we have templates and pro formas and things for organising your thoughts and your expertise. We'll be pushing you to get that done, you know, on a consistent basis, so that you start to form really productive habits about building your business, and you'll be sharing those with the rest of the group, of course, in confidence. And then lastly, but not leastly, is the online curriculum, which is the how-to of doing this. And at the moment, I'm about 3/4 of the way through preparing all of that and getting my team ready to start uploading that curriculum. You really will have everything from the beginning. We may add things along the way if something comes up in the group and we think that's worth doing an instructive video around. But basically it will be video curriculum plus handouts and downloads sheets. So I will even be sharing things such as letters that I might send to clients, agreements that I might have with them. I will be sharing how I structure a workshop, how I structure a presentation or a speech. What do I do to follow up people on LinkedIn? How do I actually progress that? So really swipe files and things that you can take, amend, adapt, use as inspiration for developing your own things. So it really is kind of a thought leader, brand you expert business in a box. You're going to need to be developing your own IP. Of course, you're going to need to develop your thought leadership and getting really clear on what's your one thing that you want to be known for, and you're going to be doing your PhD in that. But we'll be supporting you. All the online curriculum will be going, here's what you need to focus on for the next 3 months. Here's all the pieces of collateral you need. Here's examples of that. Go and get a designer or however you're going to develop it to create that for you. So it really is kind of a paint by numbers process. And from feedback I've had from people in the past, that's kind of the next piece that women have been looking for. They've enjoyed the inspiration, the motivation and the knowledge that they've gained in past years, but clients have said to me, okay, I actually want it even more simplified, where it says, okay, great, you're going to launch a program, here's the 10 key pieces of information that you need to have ready, and really supporting people to get all that done. So talking about getting stuff done, get shit done is exactly what the main game is. And the program will have 2 full quarterly GSD implementation workshops. So you'll come together to work on mastery and implementation. Those get shit done days won't be about going through what's on the online curriculum. They will be around progressing it, getting input from others and really helping you move forward. So they will be hands-on, bring your computer, working on stuff, preparing, practicing, presenting, doing everything live. They won't be the navel-gazing, preparing my content and my topics, because you'll do that with the online curriculum. These will be the days to really get live coaching, live feedback and making stuff happen. So expectations, because it is about getting shit done, it is about you doing the work. It can't be not about that, and as much as I'd love to support everyone, it still means you have to do the work. And the important thing is, what I want to focus people on is doing the right work the right way at the right time, because what I see is so many people, and I've done it myself and that's why I'm tuned into it, is spinning their wheels, sitting behind their computer, doing lots of great social media posts and updates and pretty pictures and LinkedIn articles, which are all great to add value, but they're not the main game. The main game is developing information that you can then package and sell. It's about getting out there, meeting people, whether that's online or in person, and actually selling what you've got. And then delivering what you promise, and delivering with extremely high value, because you want to be known as a brand new expert for all the right reasons. So one of the things that I expect of you through the program is that I expect you to submit 50 powerhouse topic sheets. And it sounds like a lot, but over the time you're going to see you need to do this. And that's so that if anyone asks you a question about your specific one thing or topic, you absolutely come across as an expert because you've done the work. You've actually done 50 different pieces of research that contribute to that. So you have an absolute depth of knowledge. You'll launch 2 campaigns. So every 3 months you're going to launch a campaign, because that's how we get momentum. Now, I'm really clear that not everything always lands or works. So it'll be 50-50. You know, 50% of the things you launch will work and 50% won't. So during the 6 months, you're going to need to launch 2 campaigns, one hopefully extremely successfully, and hopefully, you know, also 2, because what what we want to do is spin them like plates. You get one campaign launched, you get it up to bringing you in $10,000 revenue a month, then you move to launching the second one. So by the end of the 6 months, we want to get you around the $20,000 a month mark from those 2 campaigns that you've launched. We will want you to write a book. Now, I don't know if you've got a book in you and you've been thinking about it or not. And a book doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, printed by Allen and Unwin and be on a bookshelf in every library, but it needs to be something that collects your knowledge and expertise in a place that's easy to give to people. It could be a picture book. It could be an online ebook, but I would highly recommend the more you can do a physical book, the better. And so self-publishing is certainly a way to go. I have published and been a contributor to 8 books now. So I'm quite clear on what the process is and what the best way to do that is. And it really becomes your best calling card or business card. So throughout the program, we want you to be developing your own book. And you'll want to track and measure your progress. That's super important, and that's why we have the chart. And a lot of people have said to me, oh, I'm not so worried about the money. It always worries me when people say they're not worried about the money, because it really should be a measure of the value you're delivering. And so we want you to be able to track and measure your progress. And your progress can also be, how many of the powerhouse topic sheets have I actually developed? How many reviews have I gotten from the group? So it's all about actually having some momentum. And lastly, I expect you to be a supportive tribe member. What makes Leading Ladies and other programs like this so successful is the collaborative collection of people coming together. It is having support from other women and people, and there's gold in that. And I know I've got women who have been in the program right back in the beginning 6 years ago, who still attend events, who still come to group things, who still get involved in the forums online. And there's real value in having a group of other sisters who know where you're coming from, understand you, are journeying with you, and can provide support. Even if it's just, hey, I've got a new thing, can I get some feedback on it? Or even if it's just celebrating a win with you. So that's really important, and I hope all of you will be truly supportive tribe members. So intake, we take our next group in the 27th of February. So programs are 6-month based, as I've said before, but there's intakes in February, April, June and August. We will have a capped limit to the group because we want it to still stay intimate. So we will be updating the numbers as people jump in and making sure that we're not getting overloaded, because I want everyone to still get lots of personal attention. We have some live Get Shit Done workshop dates ready and loaded, so have a look through those. Basically, if you join intake 1 on the 27th of February, you'll obviously have the GSD day on the 28th of March and 30th of May. Of course, sometimes people can't because of holidays or going overseas, so if you're finished the program but you still haven't caught up on a GSD workshop, you'll be able to catch one up later. So we'll let you come and go into that as you need to, because it's super important to get those live days. The program material online itself will be available for you for a whole year. So even though the program itself physically runs for 6 months, you'll still have access to it all and be part of the group for a year, so that you can continue, because you can't get it all done necessarily all at once. And so you want to be able to dip back in and come back to things as you're addressing them in your practice and business. So the investment for this program includes several options. So you can pay in full by the intake date that you're going to come on board by, should you choose to, and that's a flat fee of $5,000 plus GST. If a payment plan is your way to go, then that's a $1,000 deposit, and then it'll be 5 equal monthly payments after that. And then also Leading Ladies alumni, and I know some people who are going to be on the recording and online are alumni, you get a very special return discount. So you just need to contact us on that email address. You should have also received some information in our private forum as well about that, but if you have missed it, please let us know, because you get a special return discount. And for anyone who's interested and coming on board for the first time, of course, you'll be offered that in future as well. So if you go, I actually need to come back next year and have a refresher, you'll be able to do that at a really reasonable price. So that's the nuts and boltsy of it all. I'm going to unmute you all now. So if you have questions, I would love to address them, or even if you just have a comment or anything at all. So over to you, ladies. I hope that is helpful.
Can you hear me, Heidi?
I can now. Hey, Rebecca.
It's hey, those intakes.
Yes.
So that's for like new ones coming in each intake. So you start your 6 months from the intake. You don't join the intake from before.
Yeah, so if you start on the 27th, it's 6 months from then. If you start in the 25th of April, it's 6 months from then. Yeah.
Okay, but so if I joined the 25th of April, I don't join the intake from February. I come in on a new intake with a new group.
That's correct. But the GSD workshop date, the people from the February intake, they'll actually be there, sorry. So it'll be one group. Yeah, so you'll join in with them.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah. But we will cap the total. So if the group is too full, you know, we might only have 2 spots available in April, you know.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah, it'll just depend on how that goes. Yeah. Any other questions did you have?
My brain is still ticking.
Beautiful. And as far as from your perspective, content-wise and where this is going, because I know you've actually been in the program before, you know, what's your thoughts? Is this something that you see as necessary now?
Yeah, I like the additions, and I'm really interested in the whole strengths thing with Murray. That's a good addition.
Yeah, it's really
And
very
the book, pushing for a book, that's good too.
yeah, and literally within the 6 months, I want people to be kind of print ready to go. Even if they haven't quite got it published, I want them ready to go. It's there is still so much currency in having a book. Even though we're into Kindles and online and all of that, there is still so much currency, and people just treat you as an expert once you have that in your hands. It's just very different. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm writing one, but I need a push.
Okay, great. And we do have other contacts and people that we can refer people to as well, such as book coaches that'll work with you and get your book done in 30 or 60 days that, you know, they actually interview you and record it and then transcribe and those sorts of things. So if you find the actual process of writing a book, you know, is too hard and you're like, oh, I don't know where to start, then we can refer you to other people and services who do that really well, and we'll actually kind of draw the book out of you. Particularly if you're more comfortable sitting, speaking and being in flow than sitting, typing or writing something. So there's lots of options for getting that done. Yeah. And I think knowing your business, Rebecca, that would be really helpful. And even I think things such as guidance cards and stuff like that for you would be super valuable. Yeah.
Yeah, I've started doing them already with my own artwork.
Oh, fantastic. Perfect. Yeah. So getting some stuff published like that, I think is really valuable. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Navek, did you have any questions while you're there?
Yeah, I do. I have 2.
Mm-hmm.
One is you sort of had that hierarchy, you know, your coach and your facilitator and so on. How does that work if you're running a, you know, basically a sort of a product or a service business that's, you know, like the, you know, the online software that I'm working with, plus I've got other work since then.
Yeah.
In a sort of related but different space that's, you know, not online software. And so I'm just wondering, how do you see, like, is this really for people who are, I mean, yeah, does it cover all different types of businesses, or is it sort of work better with, I don't know, you know, particular sorts of businesses?
No, I really think it can work for anything. I guess so long as it's not a business where you want to build up and have hundreds of staff and be managing a big team. It's about you becoming, I guess, the business in a way. So your product offering and what you offer with your online software, you might be able to facilitate conversations around that, or you might speak about the results of what it is, and then it leads into people, you know, booking you for using that software or the product offering. So you might facilitate people around that or mentor people through the process still. Does that make sense? And you would do that, wouldn't you?
Yes. Yeah, probably. I mean, obviously, you know, speaking at places is a key way of promoting business.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay. And look, the other one, and you probably need to flick through the slides, there was this thing that you said you wanted 50-something statements or something.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What were they? And I was like, what the hell is that? Oh, powerhouse topic sheets. What are they?
So that's a bit of
sound like
internal in-house lingo. So thank you for creating that. So 50 powerhouse topic sheets. So basically we have a one-page pro forma or template. And so what would you say is your topic expertise, Nivek? You know, can you encapsulate it in a couple of words, what you offer?
Oh, yeah, sort of like engaging people, the right people in, you know, meaningful conversations, I guess.
Yeah, right. So what you might do is have a topic sheet on meaningful conversations. You might have a topic sheet on engagement. You might have a topic sheet on human psychology. You might have a topic sheet on segmenting markets. So everything that impacts the work that you do and also what your clients are looking for, you would have a topic sheet on. And all it does is we help you think about what's a metaphor for this example, what's a story I could tell, you know, what is the who, what, when, where, why, how of this, what's the tangibility? Because what we find is often people get too much in their head and too much in their topic because they know it, but they're not able to communicate it super clearly, right? So the topic sheets really help you go in depth, but from an audience perspective. So you're able to make it relatable to people. And what I often find is when people have their 50 topic sheets, I don't know, if you've ever seen a speaker when they speak and they have their PowerPoint slides or whatever and they present, and at the end you think they're hoping no one asks them a question because that's all they've got, you know? Whereas you can sometimes see someone present, and I'm just thinking a mentor I had last year, a futurist, Craig Rispin, is an example of this. Their depth of knowledge is so amazing that you could ask them any question about that topic and they will just go there and they'll have loads more to share. And so they can add huge amounts of value, and it's because they've done their research. And these powerhouse topic sheets are basically just these one pages that you do on anything that could relate to your topic, so that it forces you to go a bit deep. I'll recommend you do things like on each topic, go and read the top best-selling book in that topic, go and read something that's an alternative in that topic, go and read something that's a classic, you know, from early 1900s or something in that topic, because then you start to go, and what do I think about all of those? What's my perspective? So you start to form your own intellectual property around that. And that way you can basically stand and talk about your topic to any audience and be really comfortable in doing that and come across as an expert because you've done the research. So the 50 powerhouse topic sheets is really helping you structure your research so that you present really comfortably. Also, what I find is people then use them as the basis for their book, because they go, you know what, these are my top 10 sheets and they're all a chapter. You know, I could write a whole chapter on each of those. So the topic sheets almost become the overview of what each chapter will be, if that makes sense.
Yes, yeah, I got it now. I mean, I'd already been thinking with not the online part of my business, the other one, that I needed to do like an information pack for new clients, because, you know, they sort of only got a half idea about what it is I'm doing and what I'm going to achieve for them, and so particularly, you know, the sort of the ups and downs of it. So I had been thinking, so I think it's something like that in a way, isn't it? But 50 of them's a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of lasering and getting really clear on it and simplifying it. But because it makes you think of what's a metaphor, what's a story, all of those things, it means that no matter whether someone's visual, kinesthetic, big picture, detailed, they get something out of it, because usually we write, we present, we talk from our own communication style. And from our own top 5 strengths. So it's helpful to be able to prepare these because it makes you think of all the different perspectives. It's just a way of making sure you've covered all your bases. Yeah. Yeah. And you won't need to do them in the first week. You'll do them throughout the 6 months. You'll probably do quite a few around one specific topic when you launch your first campaign, because obviously you'll be looking at what's the topic there and thinking about what am I launching. And a campaign could be just, I'm going to do, contact 20 people via LinkedIn each week, or I'm going to look for speaking gigs. So you might launch a campaign around I want to do speaking, or your campaign might be around workshops or around, finding new clients in this specific area. So a campaign is around just getting you really focused on one thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Cool.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Anything else from you, Rebecca, that's come up?
Nope.
Nope? And are you satiated too, Navek?
yeah, no, that's great. It's good. I've got my head around what it is, so that's excellent.
Okay, and I guess just to clarify as well, even if your intake, say, is April, if you want to pay your deposit earlier, so as soon as you pay your deposit, basically you'll get access. So even if your intake is April but you pay your deposit in February or March, you'll get access to all the online stuff from then. So you can actually get in early kind of and start preparing yourself and start communicating with people and reviewing the content. So whenever you start, you're ready to go kind of thing. So, that's how it will run as well. Yeah, so your year of access will still be from your intake date, but whenever you pay a deposit, you'll get everything from then. Yeah.
Cool.
Beautiful. Well,
fantastic. Thanks, Heidi.
Thank you. Thank you both for sharing some time this morning on your busy days. I hope it's not sweltering hot in Sydney. I'm assuming you are, Navek, are you?
It is.
Yeah.
I'm sitting, I started listening to the webinar on the back veranda, but it got too hot, so now I'm inside in front of the fan.
Good stuff. Awesome. Well, have a lovely day, ladies, and if you do have any other questions, feel free to just drop me an email and we'll get back to you. No problems at all.
Thanks, Heidi.
Okay, cheers. Bye.
Bye.